Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles the Bandsman, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, today we got some devastating news that we want to cover here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So recently, some news came out surrounding former ESPN analyst, former ESPN analyst, NFL Hall of Famer, tight end Hall of Famer, Shannon Sharpe. As you guys know, he was hit with a bombshell lawsuit, $50 million lawsuit by an OnlyFans model a number of months ago. After that, subsequently, he had to then step down from ESPN, his role at ESPN First Take, and said that he was going to be fighting this legal battle. And he was looking to return to ESPN by the beginning of NFL season. I'm assuming that's any time now. So that took place there. Then apparently there was some misinformation that came out regarding the start of the lawsuit, where they said the plaintiff's representation didn't show up, and then Tony Buzme came out and said this or this. So after the lawsuit started, a few days later, we got the news that it's been settled. And there were people like, wait, what? It's been settled already, right? And some people are speculating that the settlement was upward of $15 million to $20 million and all that. Because remember, initially he had offered her $10 million, so she said no. So I'm assuming now they probably paid out more, right? Because you're not going to offer the same amount because they already rejected that number. And then subsequently after that, the lady went out there and said that she's retiring from OnlyFans, and people were roasting and toasting Shannon Sharpe all over the internet, man. They were roasting him. And then some people started to take it a step further, because I thought, okay, well, maybe now that this news is behind him, this drama is behind him, he'll be able to make his return to ESPN. Then some people pushed back. No way, Charles, he's not going back to ESPN. No way. You can forget about it. You can forget about it. It's over. It's over. It's not happening. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So that was said. So then this morning, I was going through the internet here, and I came across an article from The Sun with a headline that absolutely stunned me. It says, "Shock evidence. Shannon Sharpe judge demands ESPN star and OnlyFans model accuser do not destroy sex tape evidence in second lawsuit." Second lawsuit. And I'm like, you have got to be joking. Folks, this is not a joke, and this is for real. But before we even get into this report, today's video is brought to you by a sponsor, Game Time. One of the things I love the most is making unforgettable memories with family and friends. And one of the things I hate the most is overpaying for tickets only to find out that there was a better deal out there. That's one of the reasons I started using Game Time. Game Time is the easy go-to app for last-minute tickets to sports, concert, and theater events across 60+ states in the US and Canada. Game Time saves me time, money, and stress by curating only the best deals, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time scrolling through overpriced tickets. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It highlights the best value seats instantly. No more guesswork, no more wasting time. For example, I'm really looking forward to watching some of these NBA Summer League games. Here's what I like to do. I choose between the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. All right, so let's get into what this article said. It says, inside the email sent to Monday to the model's attorney, Tony Buzme, from Sharpe our accuser. A judge presiding over the case against ESPN star Shannon Sharpe has demanded that the star's our accuser do not destroy a sex tape to preserve evidence in a second lawsuit. The order covers all copies of a sex tape involving Shannon Sharpe and his accuser, an OnlyFans model referred to as Jane Doe, who settled her $50 million lawsuit with the famed sportscaster on Friday. A judge has ordered ESPN star Shannon Sharpe not to destroy a sex tape that was part of a $50 million lawsuit he settled last week. Sharpe settled a massive lawsuit with OnlyFans model accuser who had accused him of R, now a judge in another R allegation case once that tape saved. Sharpe stepped away from his role on ESPN First Take and denies Doe's accusation against him, slamming the now settled mega buck suit as a shakedown. The judge's order on the sex tape stems from a lawsuit filed by another woman who accused Sharpe of Michelle Evans. By the way, we spoke about this news already. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal in the order, Evans demanded that Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, Sharpe, and anyone else with a copy of the recording refrain from destroying the alleged sex tape. On Tuesday, the judge in the case ruled in favor of Evans and ordered that the tape and any other recordings between Sharpe and Doe be preserved. The tape, which Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, previously called key evidence, purportedly shows Sharpe and Jane Doe engaged in sex acts. The existence of the tape was initially disclosed publicly by the sportscaster himself just days after Jane Doe's lawsuit was filed in Las Vegas in April. Doe alleged Sharpe, who's 57, AR'd her in late 2024 and again in early 2025 when she was just 20 years old. Sex tape preserved. Evans included in an email she sent Jane Doe's attorney specifically demanding that the tape not be destroyed in her request to the court. I am writing to place you on formal notice that you are in possession of evidence that is or may be relevant to ongoing or anticipated litigation involving Shannon Sharpe, Evans wrote. Specifically, I have reason to believe that you possess video or audio recording that depict or relate to Mr. Sharpe's interaction with Jane Doe, which may be central to claims raised in existing or forthcoming legal actions. Evans' letter to attorney continued. You are hereby directed to preserve and not destroy, alter, conceal, overwrite, or otherwise tamper with any and all materials in your possession, custody, or control that may relate to matters described above. And then the lawsuit just goes on where it says Michelle Evans accused Sharpe of R-ing her in 2010 and claimed in her own lawsuit that since then the ESPN star has continued to attack her publicly. Well, damn, this is devastating, right? This is devastating, and this thing is just simply not going away. It's not going away. Now, if you're telling me that this thing is still ongoing, then all bets are off. All bets are off. And to be fair, that's one of the reasons why people said I got it wrong. The reason that people said I got it wrong is that Shannon could find himself in a situation like Diddy did, which was this. The moment people found out that Diddy was willing to settle and pay money, everybody stood up and said, he did this to me, he did that 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 to me. And now that we've seen that Shannon Sharpe settled so quickly, might I add, then now this opens up the floodgates for other accusers to step forward and say, hey, well, he did this to me too. And he did this to me too. He did this to me too. And now this lawsuit, this article is now saying that the judge is ordering them to not destroy any of the evidence whatsoever because there's another case coming down the pipe, another lawsuit coming down the pipeline. I don't know what to say, bro. I really, really don't know what to say, and I don't even know how we got here. It's crazy. We're going to have to look back one day and look at this story and say, man, because Shannon was on top of the world. Like, he was there, man. And now we find ourselves mired in this type of nonsense. I don't know what to say, man. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.